Good morning. Today our topic in Python is scope of variables. The scope refers the availability, that means the variable which can be accessible during that time in our program or not. The availability of a variable for execution. We declare a variable, suppose for you are going to do calculation int a equal to 5, sorry not int, a equal to 5 like. The a is refers as a variable. That 5 is called what? A value which is assigned to the variable. Now in Python the scope is broadly classified in two types. What is that scope? The scope refers the accessibility or the availability of a variable of that name. Now this the classification of the scope in Python can be global and local. There are two main broad classification called global scope and local scope, where the global scope of variable. What is meant by global scope? Global, that refers all over to the program. That means when we are going to consider, say here one program I wrote here with one function called def function AB and c is equal to AB. Here I missed this one, colon, def function AB. Here this is the function having two argument called a and b. This the AB is going to be added and stored into the another variable called C. Now print sum is equal to C. So this is the area is called what? Function scope of area. Function section. It can be known as what? The section of a function section. Whereas here the next line after to the function definition we have a variable called x. The x is going to get the value from a keyboard, that is int of input of number value, and we are declaring another variable called y that also going to get the value from the keyboard. Now after getting the values of x and y, these two values is going to be passed through the function calling statement fun of. This the function is going to pass these two values to this function called fun. So here this is called function calling. This is the function definition. Now we are calling these two values. So these are the values are called what? Arguments, which is passing to the parameters or the arguments in the function header. So this a and b will get the value of x and y respectively. That means the value of x is copied to a, the value of y is copied to b. Now by getting the value from x and y, this the function will get evaluate and print the values and returns that. So that is, here the function doesn't return any value, so there is no return statement in end of this function. Okay, now here totally we are using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 variable we are using. So this the section is called what? The function section. That is, a and b are available in this function section. So these values, that a, b, c, these three values can be used only in this the indentation area, which cannot be come out of that function definition, where the global section, that is main section. So this the value, that is x and y, is called as what? Global values. This x and y can be used anywhere in our Python program, whereas the ABC cannot be used anywhere in our Python program. So these three values will be available here, but x and y can be anywhere in our program. So the x and y are called what? Global scope of variable. See here how the x and y can be used outside of that is anywhere. Here the same program we written as def function AB, the function indentation part having c is equal to a plus b. Now we are using the variable print statement. The numbers are x and y. See, this is a section belongs to the function fun, where this the function is also a part of our Python program. So this function can have the value of x and y there. So the x and y are the actual values what we are passing here, no? So this the global section value can be used in this function part also. So x and y are the global, can be used here anywhere in our program. Okay, whereas the ABC cannot be used here, that is out of this function definition. So this the values of x and y, that is name of x, y can be known as what? A global scope. So now notice x and y are in a main and function part, but using ABC which cannot become out of this function area. Okay, now to understand about this scope values, we have one topic called name resolution. Name resolution, where the name can be used. Name resolution, that is resolution that is called what? Resolving the scope of a variables. That's known as a resolving scope of variable. That's called here LEGB. LEGB. L here called local area, E known as enclosing namespace, G refers global namespace, B refers built-in namespace. In your book also you can find this diagram. That is, the local function values can be in one part, that is available only in this area, which cannot come out of that area. Whereas the values we are using in this out of this, that is, it can be of a nested function. This inner function, it can be the outer function like. So inner scope, outer scope. So this the function can be in enclosed sum of any other functions, then that is called what? Enclosed place. So in that place which cannot come, but the enclosed place the variable declare can be used here as well as that place. Now this the function value which is enclosed here can be used global, that is in our Python program. This Python program can import some values from the other files. For example, import math, we can use sqrt function like those variable and name that the function can be externally, can be used anywhere in our program. So the local, after then the enclosing function, after then the global part, then next what? A built-in function. So the values, the built-in values can be used here in this program, in this the external function or the innermost function, where the global value cannot be used in here in this built-in function, but this global value can be used in enclosed function or the local function, where the enclosed function cannot be used in this global section, but this the enclosed function can be used here as well as the local function. Like the scope gets varied in all these four sections. Are you able to understand? I think. If you have a doubt, you can ask me. See here, the LEGP, the variable is not in any of these places, the program written not defined. That means what? If a value which cannot be found in the built-in section, global section and the enclosing section and the local section, then the program will return the error as the variable not defined. Suppose if a name find more than one in section, with the value which is can be available in the current section can be evaluated there. Suppose we have a in function, we have a in a global also. Suppose in function we are calling a, the function a will get evaluated, the global a will not be executed there. Thank you.